Hey Capricorn, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit doing your, I almost said weekly, monthly December 2015 reading. I'm going to do just a simple 3 card spread. I'm still pretty short on time, but I totally ditched on like 6 of the signs last month. So I really want to make sure I manage my time well and scale back on the reading so I can make sure that I do every one. But I do plan on doing a big 2016 reading for each sign, so look forward to that near the end of the month. All right, let's see what we got going on in December. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. And the Empress is a lovely card. She's very grounded. She's Mother Earth. And she's she's very nurturing. She knows how to just encourage everyone around her to be their best and to be fruitful. And that in turn ends up creating abundance for herself. It's like she knows that she's just very encouraging and mothering and motherly in a very good way. You know, all the queens go to her for advice, so she can relate to fire, water, all the elements very well, and she encompasses sort of the positive essence of all those queens energies. So she's very relatable. She's a wonderful leader, and she leads by encouragement and nurturing. So that's a nice card to have on the bottom. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands tends to lead by example. She's very motivated. She's very enthusiastic. She's very determined. Like when she is passionate about something and sets her sights on something, she is unwavering. But she's also very encouraging of others. Her touch of the Empress is encouraging others by helping them see the excitement and good ideas that they have and motivating them to take action on them, not just to talk about something, but hey, that's a good idea. Are you doing that? Like every time you see her, she'll be like, hey, how's that going? That's such a great idea. And she'll have like 10 more ideas to help you um, put things into action. And she's just very enthusiastic and positive. So when you leave her presence, you're usually jazzed up to like go do something and work on your idea, and more, you feel more confident about yourself. And then we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups can talk about several different things. It's, very simply can be about children. It can also be about the past, people coming in from that from your past into the present. And it's also a bit about nostalgia. And I think this came up in the weekly reading that I just did for the first week in December. So, it talks about sometimes when we remember how things were, we can either remember them better than they were or worse when they were. But if there was any way to actually relive the situation, we probably don't have it right. Like we don't, you know what I mean? It's not the same. Like if you go back to your summer camp, it would seem smaller or more run, it just wouldn't seem the same. You wouldn't invoke that same feeling and even maybe even look the same. So the only caution of this card is not to be careful how tied to things of the past you were. Like, oh, that relationship was great, or that person was great, or that job was, because when you actually were in, or bad, is when you meet this person in the present. First of all, you're not the same person, so either of you are. But, you sort of have to have an open mind that uh, things may not have been as bad or as good, and most likely will be totally different anyway in the future. Sometimes people don't change at all. So, go with your gut. But all that said, I actually feel like it has to do with children. So that children may be highlighted. And if you're a single person that doesn't have children, perhaps something of your own inner child may come out. And it can also talk about looking in your past. And if there's something you used to love to do as a child, seeing if there's a way to bring that into the future and or into the present, and something that brought you a lot of joy, and see if you can find an adult way to bring that back into your life. Mm. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is about a hobby, your work, something that you do that when you're doing it, you are 100% present in the moment, and it really feeds your soul. It's almost meditative. It's just a way of centering yourself. And so this could be, sometimes I hate to give examples because I don't want to limit, but this could be um, any sort of exercise. It could be gardening. It could be crafts. Doing these tarot card readings, I'm not thinking about anything else but doing my reading right now. I'm not worrying about anything else. So anything that when you're doing it, you feel, even sometimes I don't have a horse anymore, but when I used to be in the barn, like cleaning the stalls, it was just like, I don't know, it was something that I just loved to be down by the horses. And it was a way to sort of, I would think, but it was peaceful and relaxing. And it fed my soul for some reason. So whatever you do that, for guys that watch my channel, to be stereotypical, if you like working on your car or taking care of the lawn. I like to do the lawn myself, but whatever you do that you feel this way, playing basketball, something like that, going to the gym. So what I'm sort of seeing is that perhaps you have something that you're passionate about, but you've been telling yourself it's childish, you're too old, you can't make that into a career. I've just sort of stuffing it down and not nurturing it. Or you haven't been able to get yourself motivated about it because you're like, oh, it's stupid. It's something I used to do as a kid. It's childish. I can't do it. And I really feel like you need to nurture that side of yourself that's looking for a creative outlet. The Queen of Wands is very creative. So I feel like if you're really sort of on some level a little bit discontent, of feeling a little bit spiritually devoid or just lacking on some level, but you can't quite put your finger on it, try to find some activity that either you used to do as a child, a friend of yours from the past you may run into, and it may remind you that you could do it again. Bring something from your past into the present that used to bring you joy, and try to, I feel like you need a creative outlet. You need something that's going to feed your soul, that you're going to feel present what you're doing. So definitely take a chance on something. Even if it seems childish or stupid, or, I'm 55, I can't start, I don't know, learning how to horseback ride, or, whatever anything, if you haven't been nurturing yourself, nurture those thoughts and ideas. There's really no reason why you can't do it. So try to be your own Empress and your own Queen of Wands, and motivate yourself and nurture yourself and encourage those things, and encourage whatever your unique things are around your children. Encourage them, whether there's something you think are worthwhile or not. If they're really into, my son's, he watches the show American Pickers, and he's into like going to antique stores or picking around in garbage piles, and he thinks he finds these treasures, and it's awesome. And I totally encourage that because he likes it, and who knows, he may end up finding a comic book worth $1 million. I mean, you never know. Why not encourage that? It's something that brings him joy. And so it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Encourage that individuality in yourself and whatever feeds your soul this month. Um, and I think it's really going to add something to your life. So take a chance this month on something new that you kind of always wanted to do or you used to do, or encourage your kids to try something new regardless of what it is, um, because it will ultimately be very positive for your entire being. Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for stopping. I've done a lot of these. I'm getting a little silly. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I'll see you at the next video. Take care.